Feeling, just get a couple things out of the way there. I pray you guys can hear me well. I didn't realize it last week. I have a speaker going bad on my phone. And this week I was going to use my mic. However, I was using my mic to record some courses. It slipped out of the tripod. I tried to catch it with my foot. Instead, I kicked it, went underneath the house, and the Bluetooth connection was totally destroyed. So we're going to just wing it today. So hopefully, I believe it's faith-led healing. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I see a thumbs up there, so hopefully you can get what I'm putting down. Got to get the phone replaced, and then we should be golden. But I've got a good subject for today, I think. How's everybody doing? Are you guys holding up? There's a lot of stuff going on, and we've been talking about spiritual warfare. We've been talking about toxins, and I'm going to bring this full circle, and we're going to talk about prayer, eating, and digestion. Good morning, Miss Shelley. So, stress is really hard on the body. It causes dis-ease. And everything that we do in this life, I think currently creates a level of stress to some degree. So I do want to remind you all that I am not a physician, and I am not here to cure, treat, mitigate, or diagnose any medical conditions as we progress here. So just be aware of that. I'm sharing my experiences. I'm sharing my knowledge. I want to encourage you guys. How many of you actually sit down to enjoy a meal? Do you sit down and slowly enjoy your food, or are you devouring it in a rush to get to the next thing? Do you sit down as a family to enjoy meals and laugh and talk about your day? I'm really curious about that. I was brought up that way, although there were levels of dysfunction in my home, and I'm sure there's levels of dysfunction in every home. That was one thing that was consistent, and that was that we ate together. It may not have always been all laughter and such, but it was a tradition. It was something that I was familiar with. So I carried that tradition on as far as enjoying meals together. And our bodies thrive when we are connected with the right people, when we are laughing, when we are praying. Like, all of those positive things create positivity in the body. And I know that sounds crazy, and we now have the new term toxic positivity. For me, being positive is a choice. It is a desire. It is how I want to experience life. I don't feel it's toxic positivity. It's just that I choose to live out of a different space oftentimes than other people. My experiences have also created that. I wasn't promised tomorrow, and I almost didn't have tomorrow. So I view my time in a very valuable and very distinct way. I want my time and my life to be the best I can make it. So in doing so, I also am creating that atmosphere in my home. And my home is no different than everybody else's. Shelley says I'm enjoying my nutritional smoothie at the table. This is how I do every morning, exactly. So I'm amongst my people as well. So awesome, Shelley. And when we create these really amazing habits for ourselves, we do become contagious. Other people follow suit. And who doesn't want our home and our table to be a haven? I don't know about you guys, but we enjoy having guests. Our table has always been a place of gathering. Even if we choose to only do it with a small crowd at a time, we are not big party goers or party throwers. um, Miss Laura, we enjoy a quaint, small atmosphere to enjoy company. But what I'm getting at here is it does make a difference. When we are enjoying the setting that we are enjoying our food, or supposed to be enjoying our food, we are creating goodness in our bodies, and our bodies are able to digest our food better. When we are eating in a stressed atmosphere, today, many people are eating their lunches in a conference room for a meeting. And, sometimes that's not always the most joyful experience. The more we can enjoy our meals, enjoy our food, slow it down. When we are devouring our food, for starters, we're not even chewing it well enough, so then our bodies can't digest it well enough either. But pause, take time, chew your food, enjoy your food. I think that is something that's greatly taught in the detox environment that I run, because there are some fasting days, and when you have the opportunity to enjoy that next, welcome Carmen, glad to have you. I'm glad you are here. New here, but that's okay, welcome. Oh, when I missed something from Shelley, I think it was Shelley. But it's really important that we are understanding that, because in the detox, when that first meal is available on day 3 for lunch, for starters, it tastes better because you're having wholesome foods you haven't eaten. Good morning, Miss Annie. Awesome. We've got a good crowd joining today. This is fabulous. And second of all, we are just so much more grateful. And I think it's super important that we learn how to slow things down. I've been talking about that across the board, not just when we're eating. We really do need to slow things down. The world dictates a fast pace. Papa dictates a slow pace. Papa goes off into the wilderness to pray and to reflect and to meditate. And how often do we do that? How often do we slow things down and take that time? I know some of you are starting to settle into that place. I was a type A. I am now a type P for Papa, because I am in his pace. I have slowed things down through my healing journey and realized how beautiful being intentional is, being present is, and also enjoying life. When we are running at a fast pace, we're not enjoying life. We're accomplishing things. We might have the reward of accomplishing things or feeling like we're accomplishing things, but that slower pace is where the magic's at. And I'm gonna circle this into another little bit of an arena here. All these years sharing on preparedness, homesteading, off-grid living on the Faith-Led Living channel, I've heard a lot of people being fearful, and I can relate. I can relate to being in that place. I feared and worried and was anxious about everything much of my life. The progression into my healing journey really shifted that, and then having Papa so close, and him diagnosing me, him saving my life, him saving, dying for me twice, basically. That really changed how I view things. I made it through that season solely on faith, and that is how I live out of now. And you don't have to go through a healing journey to get to that place. But we've been sharing how it's so important to be prepared. And it is valuable and important to be prepared. We need to do the work. Papa doesn't want us sitting on the couch eating bonbons waiting for him to show up. That's just not how what we're called to do. We are called to be active. And the other side to that, though, is this. We can't be so prepared that we remove him from the equation. So Preparedness is having him in the front of everything, doing the best we can, but utilizing our greatest tool. And that's what most people leave out of the equation. Prayer. In my community, and by the way, apologies to all of you that have been trying to join the community. There was a glitch on my community page. So you are able to join now. And if you are desiring to, please do join us. faithledhealing.com/community, faithledliving.com/community. It takes you to the same place. Come join us. It's a free community. We are wrapping our arms around everybody and doing life together. And we are seeing prayers being answered left and right. It is beyond amazing, trust me. Profound prayers being answered. And that causes great celebration also. But we neglect to pray daily. We only pray when things are tough. We only pull Papa into things. Yes, I'm learning now how to pray and study and be patient. Oh, those are such common things to struggle with. And you're not alone. You're totally not alone. Those are all things I struggled with too. Though through a deep desire, I was able to accomplish those things. I wanted to hear his still small voice. I wanted him leading the way. Annie says, such a great and blessed community, so much embrace and love faith-led. Yes. The community is not mine. I only orchestrated it and created it. He led me and had this in every aspect of that community. It's pretty profound when you know in your mind you need to create this community, and then everything down to the graphics is implanted in your head. It's pretty amazing. That's how he rolls. So that's what I want you to realize today. I hear so much and have heard so much in the preparedness aspect of things, but I don't have any money. I'm not in a place to do this, that, or the other thing. I'm very limited. It's okay. So was I. I had literally 2 pennies to rub together when Papa diagnosed me. I needed to get to Georgia because that's the surgeon that Papa led me to. I have really, truly only had 2 pennies. A friend started a fundraiser that covered our airfare and a rental car and a little bit of food. Another friend paid for our hotel room in Atlanta, Georgia for almost a month. Papa provided in immense, tremendous ways, and we had nothing. My husband went 6 months without an income while he was taking care of me when I returned here. And Laura says, I love the community, always someone praising God, asking for prayer, sharing wonderful thoughts. Absolutely. And that's what it's about. We need to be surrounded by the right people. And we need to know that God's in the center of it. And that's exactly what God was in my healing journey. 6 months without an income, and we were still able to, I'm struggling so much this year to give up. Don't give up. Just bit by bit, little by little. Do whatever you can each day, showing up. Just show up. Every day, just show up. Focus on your gratitude. Focus on what you have to be grateful for. There is always something. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can tell me that there isn't something to be grateful for. There is always something to be grateful for. And if it's only one thing, focus on it. Focus all your energy on the good and just keep showing up. My health, my body hurts all the time. Carmen, get on my calendar. faithledhealing.com/work-with-me. Absolutely, Annie. A little at a time. But here's the ticket. Here's the thing that changes everything. Pray. Pray. You know what? You can't afford to get the best food possible. Papa, bless this food to my body. There you go. Carmen is grateful for her kids. Absolutely. There is always something to be grateful for. If you can't find anything for yourself to be grateful for, be grateful that you were able to get up and breathe this morning. If you are on this earth, Listen to these words. If you are on this earth right now, there is a plan for you and there is purpose in your existence. You know what? I ended up on the couch flat on my back for a year. You guys hear me say this all the time. I didn't like being there. I heard him within a week's time tell me that he was going to use me out of that space. Don't ask why me, ask show me. Changes everything. Show me. What am I supposed to learn in this experience? What am I supposed to be doing? How is this going to change and grow me? How are you going to bless me, Papa? I've been so blessed. My healing journey was the absolute best thing that ever happened to me. Why? Because I am a new person. The experiences, the growth, the breaking, the refining, the molding, the growing, it's all been so amazing. The polishing. He polishes us. You know what? It's in the struggles that our lives are found. Without the struggles, life is mundane. Some of you like the mundane. I like the mundane sometimes. I was washing dishes this morning and enjoying that process. The profound moments happen in our struggles. And too often we're so focused on the struggles we miss it. Okay, I will ask him because I'm here wondering why I'm here. Oh, you're here for purpose, sweet friend. You are here with great purpose. You are here with great purpose. You may not know why. He may not reveal that to you for a while yet. But ask him what you can learn through the place you're in right now. And the most profound thing we can do is pray and pull into him. That's how I started, Carmen, just showing up. Now I am gardening and moving. I struggled with depression and fibromyalgia, nearly bedbound for years. Every little bit of things, every little bit of motion leads. But it starts with him. We need to resign ourselves and all of our struggles, our worries, our fears, our discomfort in where we are, and place it at his feet. And leave it there. And ask him to sit with me, Papa. Show me what you have for me. Grow me. You know, last year I asked to be broken. Why? Because I wanted to be all of him and none of me. You're very welcome, and I'm glad you're here. You know, Laura is a perfect example. You know, and I'm grateful that you are set free. Amen. You know, but this is the thing. Can't take him if we're hanging on to him. He can't take things away if we aren't going to let him go. Some people, I'm going to be really bold and blunt with this right now. Some people hang on to their diagnosis, their discomfort, and their struggles because they're afraid and they're familiar. You know, my health was declining for 6 years. What was going on? Every day I showed up. Every day I kept trying and focusing on what I could do to improve myself. It's when I let go and let God in all of that journey that the miraculous happened. And that's what we got to do. You know, we try to do everything ourselves. We're programmed to be strong and to do life on our own. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to be in fellowship and communion with him all the time, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. How often do you guys go right to his feet and praise when it's good? I do that every day, but I didn't. I would only go to him when everything was so terrible, and then I'd be crying to him. And I realized, you know, want to know when that shifted really heavily? Was in my healing journey, through my healing journey. But one of the moments that really sticks out where he showed up. I have no willpower. I try to give it to him. It's okay. You know what? You will. What you need to do is every time you catch yourself doing what you want to change, flip it. And just keep flipping it. And just keep flipping it. And if that's all day long, just keep flipping it. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, flip it to something positive or pray. And just keep catching yourself, keep catching yourself, keep catching yourself, keep swapping it, keep flipping it, keep praying. You know what'll happen? It's going to hit a point where all of a sudden you realize You're doing it. You don't need to work at it. It's just happening. You're not even thinking about it. It's happening. Why? Because you just reprogrammed your subconscious brain to take over, because that's what you want to accomplish. You've also created a new, amazing habit that is going to serve you so well. Pray. Pray. Pray over everything. I ask God to change my heart, to move it towards Him. That's it. That's it. Give it all to Him. Give it all to Him, and it all starts with prayer. And, if you're in a place where you can't do anything different than what you're already doing, I've been in positions where I've been in my healing journey that I couldn't afford the supplementation that I needed. Papa, touch my body. Papa, touch my body the way the medications would, and the supplementation would nurture my body. Love your body. Talk nice to your body. Yeah, that sounds weird. You know what? There's science behind praying over things. There are people that have prayed over water in places where their water could have killed them because of all the bacteria and all the garbage. And guess what? They prayed over their water, and their water did not harm them. Papa prayed over the water, and it turned to wine. We have the same powers. He gives us the same powers, except we're afraid to wield them, or we don't choose to, or we don't know. That's what I'm going through, not having money to do anything. It's okay. As I shared, I didn't have 2 pennies. I'm going to share this. I've shared this before. I'm in Georgia. I had my surgery. The doctor prescribes a medication that I needed, that she had, that needed to be added to my protocol. We went into the pharmacy. I had $372 in my checking account. That money was to pay for fuel, my baggage, and to return the rental car. The prescription was $900. I walked away, waited for my husband to come out of the bathroom, told him, he looked at me, he grabbed my shoulders, he looked me in the face, he says, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He says, "You got here on faith." And I did. I trusted him. He showed me the doctor. How? Okay, let me tell you how he died. He showed me the doctor. He sat me up at 1:30 in the morning and had me start searching. I've never felt more prompted in my life to search for something. I'm searching, and everything I searched for led me to the doctor and her book and everything else. We got up the next morning. I said to him, "I know the surgeon I need." She was the only one in the country at the time who was planning properly and had a detox protocol in place. She played a role in saving my life. He led me to her to help save my life. She told me when I got there that had I got there a week later, I wouldn't be here today because my organs were shutting down. You want to know something? I knew that. I felt that. I couldn't even sit, lay, or stand for a long period of time because all of my organs were so swollen. So, my husband reminds me that I got there on faith. We had 2 pennies to rub together, yet a fundraiser and a friend pulled it all together. There I am in the pharmacy. I handed over to him. We went into an empty aisle and we prayed. Now I would go into a full aisle, just so you know. That's always something that pops in my mind. I chose an empty aisle. I'd choose a full aisle now. But that's how our faith grows. I get up to the counter, we're waiting for our name to be called. Still not sure how in the world we're going to do this. But trusting and praying and wholeheartedly knowing that He is going to cover it. He calls our name. We've got food on the counter, some odds and ends, and he says, "I gave you a discount." I'm like, okay. It was $350. I'm like, "You got everything?" Yeah. So we paid for everything. Now that left me with $22. I don't have any money to pay for my rental car to go home, or my baggage, or fuel. $22 I had. My family came to visit. His family came to visit. They had no idea of our circumstances. May this be the hope you need to hear today, okay? My father-in-law gave me a hug and shoved money in my hand when he gave me a hug. My father did the same thing. They each gave $150. It ended up being exactly what we needed. to get home and to care for ourselves. And food wasn't an issue because they both came bearing food to support us while we were there. Do not fear. Fear is from the enemy. You've got to put your trust in Papa. And if you can't, just keep praying. You can pray. And here's the thing. There is no right or wrong way to pray. You don't have to open your mouth. You can do it in your head. You don't have to make sense. You can babble and just let it all hang out. You know what? He knows your heart. He knows where you're at. He understands. All he wants is a relationship with you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Annie said, thank you for this. Part of healing. I am an integrative health practitioner. My teacher says that my class is the 1% of the 1%. I humbly accept that. That's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I am a certified Christ-centered breathworker. But I know the truth. And the truth is this. He is the way. And if we are not in a firm foundation with him, we are mentally, emotionally, and physically out of balance. You want to have all of those things balanced? Plant your feet in him and start praying. And look at the good in your life. So, one of the most profound moments when I planted and placed everything at his feet and trusted him was when I had to sell my first homestead because of medical debt. We were on a very slippery slope, close to losing everything. But I wasn't worried, and I wasn't afraid, and I wasn't anxious. But I praised him already and thanked him for the beautiful person he had already sent our way to purchase our homestead. And I rested in that. And I trusted that. And I went about my day. I didn't think twice about it. I just kept, that was my prayer. And I just kept thanking him. I just kept thanking him. And I just kept thanking him. And guess what? The perfect buyer showed up. Because where I live right now, it needed to be built. It was overgrown, raw wilderness land, just like my first homestead. He brought the perfect buyer. They asked us to caretake it till they were able to get here. They paid us to remodel and finish what we started. So we did all that, and then it blessed us with the opportunity to get this parcel ready for us to build. We lived in a tent for 4.5 months, unlike the first one where we lived in a wall tent for 8.5 months while we built it. Papa will always provide, and it's always going to be bigger and better than you could have ever imagined. Right now, I am thanking him and praising him for the person he's bringing that's going to take us to Alaska, that's going to buy this to enable us to go to Alaska. You see what's behind me. I live in a gorgeous, there went a hummingbird right behind me. I live in a gorgeous place. This is Eden, in my opinion, and I bless him and praise him and thank him for it every day. I have dreams and desires. You know what? If he doesn't ever unravel this and take us to Alaska, I am blessed and I praise him for where I am. Because you know what? His timing and his desires for us are better than anything we can conjure up. So it's good to have desires and dreams. He wants us to have that. But he wants us to be walking out of a place that we put him first and we trust where he's taking us. I live out of joyful anticipation for the next day. I do not live out of expectation and demanding him to provide for me. That just leads to disappointment. I want him leading me to wherever he desires to take me. And I'm happy, and I'm joyful, and I'm content, and I'm grateful, and I live out of a place of gratitude. I need to jump off of here because I have a coaching session that I need to get into. This is running a little long. But I'm going to pause and I'm going to pray right now. Papa, I just praise you for your presence in our lives, in our hearts, in our spirits, in our minds, in our community, in our families. Papa, just keep showing up and showing off. Papa, I lift up everybody that's present right now and everybody that's listening to the replay. You know where they are. You know their circumstances. You know their hearts. You know their fears, their worries, their anxieties, their struggles. My prayer is that each and every one places all of that at your feet today, and they learn to leave it there. And when they feel themselves taking it back and the fear and the worry and the anxiety starts setting in again, they turn around and they put it at your feet. And they keep doing that. Even if it's an all-day process every day for a while, just keep doing it. May they keep doing it. May they sit on their couch, in their car, in their bed, wherever they are, and just call you into it. Papa, join them where they're at. And I know you're there, so I'm asking you, if they can't or aren't asking, join them where they're at. Sit with them. Hold their right hand. May they feel your loving presence. May they feel peace and joy and happiness starting to enter their space. Even if they don't know how to call you into it, I am calling you into their space on their behalf. Join them, Papa. May they see your hand in all the additional beautiful things that begin to happen for them. May they see how focusing on you, their gratitude, their joys, may it start to change their hearts, their minds, their perspective. May they start to live out of a place of faith and not fear. You know, I felt numb when I hit that place. It wasn't numbness. It said my faith grew greater than my fear. It's a beautiful thing, and you don't need to go through a healing journey to get there. So, Papa, help them build those faith muscles. More than anything, help them feel your presence and give them hope. And Papa, nudge them to get on my calendar, because you've placed me in this seat with purpose and a reason. And it gives me great joy to watch your hand at work in all those in front of me. I humbly come to you today, Papa, and just ask all of this. I ask you to give them wisdom, knowledge, direction, discernment, and also strength, courage, and tenacity, grit, to keep going day by day. Just get up and do little by little. If that means they brush their teeth for the day, and that is the cheer and the praise, then let them brush their teeth. If they get to make their bed and go to another room, join them there. And may they get in our community so we can celebrate every milestone. Because I've been there, and so have a majority of the people in the community. So, Papa, thank you for bringing us all together. Thank you for Carmen and Annie and Laura and Shelley and all those that are joining. I lift them up to you today, Papa, and I praise you for them, because I know you have a plan. May it start to unravel in front of their eyes. May this be the beginning of their life. May this be the beginning of their joys and happiness, starting to enter a life with none. Papa, you are the miracle worker, and we need to learn how to pray over everything. Pray over our water, pray over our food, pray over our homes, our families, ourselves. Papa, nurture my body, nurture their body. Bring healing, bring happiness, bring health, bring restoration, bring smiles, bring hope, bring cheer. You bring it all. They just need to call on you. So if they're not, I'm calling on their behalf. Thank you for what you're going to do here today, Papa. I praise you. I praise you for everything now, and I praise you for what you're going to do. I know you're going to start changing things for Carmen. I know that you've got great things in store for Annie. And Papa, I praise you for what you've done for Laura, and I know, and I've asked, and I believe that you are going to bring complete healing in her as well, just as you have in me. I know that there's purpose in everything that happens, and that you are going to use us out of the places we are in. May we shine, may we grow, may we prosper, may we be a light and a beacon for you. Through what you are doing in us, may others come to you. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for being present here today, as always. I know you're here, but I always call you in anyway. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for what you're going to do, and we ask all of this in your holy, I humbly ask all of this in your holy and precious name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, my guys, I love you all. Get in the community, faithledhealing.com/community. It's free. It's there for a reason. You're very welcome, Annie. You're very, very welcome. I love you all so very much. God bless you, and I will see you next Wednesday at 8:30. Love you, Carmen. I look forward to visiting with you in my community and getting to know you even better. So take care, guys. Pray. Pray over everything. It's powerful. You have that power. God's given us this power to change our minds, our hearts, everything. Pray. Pray. I will see you guys next week and see you in my community. God bless you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. Let him take the wheel. Put it at his feet. God bless.